Okay, so Cops is canceled, which is sad. You're trying to now to get rid of Paw Patrol, but they're on a mute thing. And Live PD is now canceled, or they're restructuring the show. Canceled. You got people saying don't get rid of the toys and get rid of Lego? What? Once again, this one, header, it's going to be a little political because you made it political. Y'all about to catch these verbs. Both sides of you about to get them. Cue the intro. This is so dumb. This is the geek protagonist. So let me get this straight. Cops gets canceled after 32 years. Live PD is pretty much canceled. Now you're going after Paw Patrol to cancel it. Why? Because it puts cops in a good light? Like, what's the point of canceling these shows? People are upset about police brutality, but that's, you canceling these is like making it saying that all the cops are bad. And now that all the cops are bad, we should have nothing with it. And I don't understand that. So what's next? You're all going to cancel Law and Order and Chicago PD? Now, I did see, I think it was Paw Patrol. One of them said it was like muted and for listening. I think that was Paw Patrol. It could have been either one, either way. Then you got Anita Sarkeesian, your friend and mine, sitting there first making a claim that Lego is canceling the police things, right? Then she turns around and then says, get that out the way. Then she turns around and then says, no, I misspoke. Lego, you're going to. Anita, you run nothing. Stop telling people what to do. You're not morally superior. You run nothing. But apparently she's telling Lego, and Lego is being weird about it after they said they're not canceling. So then I'm seeing people saying you get rid of toys and all depictions of police. Why? Now, I have an issue because that doesn't make sense. Then you turn around and you then have these Democrat people, Pelosi and all of them, kneeling for 9 minutes with their fist in the air to show solidarity. And dashikis on. Now I know some people probably be like, but that means they're with us. No, you want to know how you prove you're with us? Or with anybody? Do something. Fix something. Not just do that, because that came off like virtue signaling. To me, anyway. So, it's like, how about you get that reform through? How about you get that thing where you get rid of the chokehold procedures? How about you work on the entire system to restructure it, and you start working on that instead of showing these forms? That's how you show solidarity. You already said, hey, I'm with you. That is fantastic. Now we need you to get to work. Not sitting there doing photo ops, not sitting there on your knee, raising your fist. You need to get to work. Doing all that is just a show. It's just as bad as Trump standing there for his photo op holding the Bible looking like a weirdo. Now, I see it's getting to the point with a lot of people on the left that they're doing this thing now where they're like, just get rid of the police. Just get rid of the police. How did defunding the police go to, no, let's just cancel the police? Okay, so for one, here's the thing about defunding that I say, yes, defund the police, but not for the reasons I'm seeing people. I say take that money and put it back into mental health, as this is what it's supposed to be implying. Mental health, education, the community. If you can do that and get some of the people off the street, get them more educated, because it has been statistically proven, the more educated an area is, the more educated people are, the less likely they are to commit crimes. The better jobs they can get, the better lifestyles they can have, especially if you invest in the community. A nice community where people are taken care of, they're going to do it, which in turn will put less stress on the police, and they'll be able to deal with more real crimes and real things for people who are trying to be criminals. A lot of times they're dealing with mental health issues with people. And if you can get that done, then that will at least take care of that, so they're not dealing with it as much. And I think in all, and it has been proven, that when you invest more into the community, the police presence doesn't need to be as severe, and that may lower the stress, which will have them maybe thinking a little bit easier on situations and not being so brash with situations. And that's what I think. I agree with that. You help the community, you help out everybody. They don't need tanks, and yes, there are police officers that have like tanks and extra riot gear and extra Kevlar and things. And some of these places don't even have more than 5,000 people, but you would swear they're ready to like invade Beirut. And with these people that keep going, oh yeah, get rid of the police. Now I'm seeing some of the celebrities and some of these people, like Anita, get rid of the police, get rid of the police. I'm like, no. You just need to reform the system. Just make the system better so it's more fair. Like, getting rid of the police, who are you going to call? And this is coming from somebody who has not had great experiences with police officers. I've had more bad than good. Basically, at least what I just want the bad practices to stop. So, for example, I got stopped the other day driving from work because I was doing 40 and a 45. I didn't get a ticket. The cop was asking me all these questions and stuff. I wasn't speeding, and I was trying to ask him, like, what happened? And he wouldn't tell me. And he turned away from me like this, so I only could see his last name, but I couldn't see any of his, a badge number or stuff like that. And when I asked him, well, sir, can I have your card? He said he didn't have one. And then I said, well, I have a pencil and pad here. Can I write down your information because I want to follow up with you and your commanding officer? Who are your commanding officer? He was like, no. Because he said, when I asked him his first name, he said I asked him his first name, he said, my first name is Officer. And I said, your first name is Officer. And as I started asking more, he was like, just take your stuff and have a nice day. Now, I didn't want to do any sudden movements because, I didn't want to be on the 6 o'clock news. Just to give you one example of my recent experience, that was only a few days ago with the police. Did nothing wrong. All my stuff is up to date. Didn't get a ticket. They just stopped me to just see if everything was okay because I was doing 40 and a 45, which, by the way, is 100% legal in my state. Just saying. So then you got these people that are trying to do them. I'm like, no, you just want reform across the entire legal system. You want them to stop bad practices and to have other police, that 99% that everyone keeps saying is good, you want them to be able to go against the 1% that's bad and be able to call out the cops on their bad behavior and not be ostracized for it. This way, everyone is benefiting. They're benefiting because they're doing their job, being serve and protect. And there's a lot of cops who are out here to serve and protect. And once again, this is coming from a person who has not had good experiences with police. Heck, I've had someone actually attempt to rob me, take stuff, and as soon as they found out certain things, they just never followed up, never did nothing. They just dropped it pretty much. And they said, well, your stuff is gone. I couldn't even use the insurance claim because they didn't even do the report properly. And I was like, I could go after them, but this is going to take a lot of time and a lot of money, or I just had to take the L. It was just going to be too much, so I just took the L. And even then, I'm still not saying get rid of the police or something. I just want to be treated, and most people, I just want to be treated, whether I'm white, black, Asian, anything. I want to be treated equally. That's all that reform is supposed to be. All the things get treated equally. But these people, they're taking it way too far. You can't just sit there and say wipe them out, because Let's say they all get wiped out. What are you going to do? And it doesn't make sense. Okay? It just doesn't. The police need to be here for what it is. And canceling them on toys, video games, shows, that's not going to do nothing. Yes, you're now going to see that there it is, but not all the police are villains. They are the ones who are there to serve and protect. If someone was going down and someone was going down to your neighborhood, who are you going to call? They're the ones to serve and protect. So I think that's ridiculous that they're like, no, get rid of them on everything. No, I don't agree with Live PD, cops, or Paw Patrol being canceled, because I do think there needs to be media to show that they are still in the light. Like, they're still good cops doing it good out there, and it gives you a perspective of some of the stuff that they're dealing with. So it may help you with the perspective. By eliminating that, you're eliminating the other side of the argument. That's how I see it, anyway. Now, I keep seeing people go, the extreme left and the extreme, oh, the right are a bunch of idiots. Here's what I say about that. And I apologize, it just randomly got windy, like it always does. Even though the whole time I was out here walking, it wasn't windy. So now you got the right stating, well, you got Georgia's killer. Why are you still protesting and still complaining about protest and about the kneeling with it's disrespecting the military with the anthem? Now, here's my first question. When the national anthem is playing and you're sitting at home, do you stand up? They ask you to please rise. You don't stand up. So that means by your own argument, you're saying you're disrespecting the military. Also, too, there was multiple interviews that Colin Kaepernick talked about that clearly stated it's not about the military. It's about what was going on with the violence towards POCs in there. And people keep saying, oh, I got these statistics. No, I live it. There's a difference. And it seems like, and I'm talking about the extreme right, it seems like they can't think beyond the problem, the initial problem, and not looking at the entire thing. And when for years there have been songs made about what the police has done, there's been people saying it over and over and over again, yet there's still people that seem to be in this bubble of, no, everyone's created equal, everyone's treated fine. Yeah, but you saw this police brutality. Nope, everything's good. But what about this thing? You saw it on the news, you watched the news, right? Yep, but that's fine, that's a one-off. Once you get to double digits of one-offs, it's no longer a one-off. Seriously? Oh, that's hilarious. Talk about the police and that's them. All right, be right back. So what I say to the people is, get out your bubble. Stop thinking that everyone's a lunatic or everyone's crazy on the opposite side of you on the right. You need to get completely out your bubble. Yes, these issues are real. Stop arguing against people who are telling you this is what I go through. You're like, that's just a one-off. You're writing off my experience. So I need y'all to stop doing that. They already explained it. And if you still don't get it by this point, then you're not listening. Now, with that being said, let's now go to the right. Because both sides is catching these verbs today. Stop villainizing the police. That's stupid. The fact that there are shows that are actually agreeing to cancel because people are angry about police brutality, no, there are still very good cops out there who still will do it. And trust me, you ain't got the cops, who you gonna call? Ray down the street talking about something, yo, there's some people that broke into my house. Let me call Ray and them. Yo, man, yo, where Ray at? Ray there. And you're like, all right, let me call Ray. You call Ray with the people that's in your house, or you hear the phone ring, because that's Ray in your house. No, you want to call the people who are professionally trained to do it. Like, come on. And what does this solve? There's no logic to it. You're just being angry, so you're just lashing out trying to cancel them. Getting rid of the toys and stuff, yes. Did the conversation, was it different with my parents when I was growing up and the kids that are in my family versus probably a Caucasian child? Yes. I was told when the cops stopped me, to keep my hands, breathe, say yes sir, no sir, be very direct, but keep your attitude down. Don't make any sudden movements. Tell them every move you are making. Explain what you are doing. See what it is. Don't try to talk back. Try to be as cordial as possible, and many other things that I already know. Some of my Caucasian friends, when I told them that conversation they had, if I got stopped, a couple of them were like, I didn't even have a conversation about getting stopped. They just said, just do what the cop says. And, you know, I'll just go grab it or something like that. So yes, the experience is real and different. That still doesn't make a cop a villain. That's only because there is a chance that I could be into a situation. But I still will not say that every single cop is bad. But reform doesn't mean abolish. And I'm seeing now people starting to go, no, we need to abolish them. Are you nuts? Do you know what kind of chaos would happen if the police officers just stopped? Heck no. Yes, are there quite a few bad cops out there? Yeah, the guy who got pushed down. Yeah, and then all those other cops quit in solidarity for them basically brutalizing an elderly man. That's disgusting. But you know what else is disgusting? That police officer, I can't remember his name right now. Don, I think his name is. 77-year-old man. Now, he was called out there to try to help. He was an ex-police officer. Should he have been out there? Honestly, no. He's a 77-year-old man, former police officer, but he was trying to do the right thing, a good man, and one of these looters decided that to get a TV to represent the movement, because they're dumb, they ended that man's life. Like I said, I do not personally think he should have been out there. With the pandemic going on and everything, he really risked himself. But you know what? He did it because in his heart of hearts, he felt he wanted to help. And I'm not going to hold that against any person because they wanted to help. I commend him. And what happened to him, which I will put his name on here because I guarantee you as soon as I stop this video, I'm going to remember his name because that happens to me sometimes. And I'll put it on there. No, that man needs to be represented. But I do see people trying to use him as a rally cry. No, it doesn't change the problem, the reform. The looters and the rioters are not the same people. But back to this left. With them having bad eggs and that experience, you wanting to abolish them, you're sitting at especially a lot of the celebrities and stuff, you're sitting in a place of security with your secured armed guards and things like that, or your gated communities. And you had like that basketball player who was like, yeah, burn it down, burn it down, burn it down. And as soon as they came to his place, get these animals out of here. What the F? Where are the police? See what I'm saying? So I want you to, on the extreme left, to think about what you are saying about abolishing the police. That is stupid. That's dumb and it's wrong. And canceling the police, no, they should be still represented in a good light because they are supposed to be the good guys. It's just that sometimes bad guys slip in with the good guys. And it's one thing to invoke change. It is a whole nother thing to get canceled. You should be endorsing to evolve the entire thing with everybody. And that's how I see it. Evolve it with everyone in mind so we have the best system possible. But the only way we're going to have the best system possible is that if everyone is working together. So the extreme right, stop saying everything is a liberal. Stop saying everything, every time something bad happens, it's the liberal's fault. No, it's everybody's fault because both sides are stupid. You're so busy pushing your political agenda, and I mean both sides, that you're not even trying to fix the problem. You're too busy trying to jock for position. So, no. I think both sides need to listen to each other. Stop going extreme where the one, you got the right that's like, nope, everything needs to be the way it's been. Everything is fine. You got them. Why are you all protesting? No, you need to listen. Even if you don't agree with it, that's the reason why. It's been enough experiences, because I can name a ton of my own, that no, there needs to be reform in the legal system. There is enough things to show between how many times there is an unevenness between people of color, especially men, especially the black community, get sentencing compared to someone of a Caucasian descent with the same charge doing the same crime. You'll see one person get off while this person get like 10 years in jail. It's shown, it's happened. I've known people that it's happened to. So no, to deny that is wrong. On the same token, the extreme left, you don't need to be sitting there saying cancel the police are the villains, they're demonized. It's like you always try to demonize something. No, try to just fix it. Try to make it better. Canceling doesn't solve it. What solves things is being better. Giving people a chance to fix it, to right it, and not to be a screaming banshee. So in closing, I'm going to say this. You all need Mr. Rogers. Now, you're probably wondering, what do I mean? Go back and watch Mr. Rogers and take those lessons in. Okay? He talked about everything. You're both going to the extremes is not going to help anybody. Get out of your politics and start being human. Because I said it before and I'll say it again. Because that dashiki thing was dumb. That was dumb. It was stupid. I just wanted to point that out. That was pointless. It helped nothing. We stand with you in solidarity. Well, you already said you did it. Show me with your actions. Show me with action. Show me you're willing to work together to fix the problems of this country. This great country that we live in. So now I'm going to go to my closing. If you are a person that is completely on the right or completely on the left, because I had people, they were in a discussion, they're like, no, you don't understand. Because I noticed that if it's someone on the right, so we'll say like someone who follows Fox, because they're a right wing. They're like, you all don't know. See, I know, and I'm the expert because Fox said it, you're all a bunch of idiots. No, you're wrong. Half the time you're wrong. Sometimes the guy does get things right, but half the time you're wrong. Or if you're one that follows like something like CNN or MSB or NBC or whatever, and you're just like, nope, I know the drill because of all this stuff, and I know this is right. Nope, you're wrong too, half the time. If you are hard on one side and you're completely villainizing and against the other side, 50% of the time you're wrong. Because you're not listening, you already have the idea of what they're doing in their head instead of listening to what they're telling you on both sides. People need to stop their politics, look at the world, see that, yes, reform needs to be changed. Change needs to happen. Reform needs to happen. But you turning around and saying, let's fully cancel them is the wrong approach. And you sitting there calling everyone else an idiot and not listening on the right side and not listening and understanding people's plight and realizing this isn't just about George Floyd or that situation. It's about bigger things of police brutality and race relations and how the inequality is in the system. And before you sit there and say, oh, there's no inequality in the system, it's only a few bad apples. Here's the thing. When these systems were put into place, people like myself were considered a third of a human. The system now needs to be reformed to have everyone's inclusion in it. Man, woman, black, white, Asian, anything. Canceling these things are not doing nothing. I think both sides need to sit down, see what the best interest is of the people, put their politics at the door, and actually go, this is about the people. Let's see what we can figure out that will work and keep everybody safe. Now, I know people have an issue with me making political statements or something, but with you canceling the cops and stuff, this has become a political statement. Sorry. You can skip this one. I might put something ahead of it. All right. This is the Geek Protagonist. You stay safe, you stay healthy, you stay real, and I'll see you. Hey, thank you for visiting my channel. This is the Geek Protagonist. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Please, it'll really help me out in the channel if you actually share these videos, if you like what I'm doing. Please hit that bell notification, hit it, click. This way you won't miss any of my videos. Also, there's a thing on there that says personal and all. Hit the all. This way you'll get them every time for the notifications. I'm trying to, grow, trying to do commentary about what's going on. And I want to thank you again. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay real. This is the Geek Protagonist. I'm out, and I'll see you.